Ex-President of Mongolia invites indigenous minorities Buryats, Tuvans and Kalmyks to flee to his country from Russian mobilization. We Mongolians will meet you with open arms and hearts.
Here's a summary of the article.
Former President of Mongolia Sakyagin Elbegdorj appealed to the inhabitants of the aggressor country Russia and urged them not to fight against the Ukrainians. Against the backdrop of partial mobilization announced by Russian President Vladimir Putin, the ex-politician suggested that the Buryats, Tuvans, and Kalmyks flee to his country to avoid forced conscription. I know from the very beginning of this bloody war, the ethnic minorities living in Russia suffered the most. The Buryats, Tuvans and Kalmyks suffered the most. He also turned to Putin, urging him not to fight with brothers and sisters from Ukraine, not to kill children and the elderly. The Mongolian politician called Ukraine the best country in the world. Its inhabitants are brave, and President Volodymyr Zelensky is a true leader. It should be noted that Sakyagin Elbegdorj is considered a great friend of Ukraine.
This post received a score of 9,300, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
To provide some context, indigenous people of republics of Buryatia, Tuva and Kalmykia are Asian and share close cultural ties with Mongolia, although technically they are still provinces of Russian Federation. Unfortunately, the populations of all three republics have been sent as a cannon fodder to Ukraine in disproportionate numbers, especially Buryats.
Not just Asian, Buryats and Kalmyks are Mongol subgroups, while Tuvans are somewhat Mongolized Turks.
Turks along with some Persian and Indian ethnicities are descendant of Mongol tribes who pushed west-south.
Modern-day Turks are descendants of Proto-Turkic peoples, who lived alongside the Mongols and conducted the same raids against China over the centuries. Edit. Though, it has been hard to really document the histories of these peoples because they themselves don't have written records and the Chinese have a tendency of calling everyone that isn't them, barbarians.
TBF, pretty much all early agrarian societies refer to neighboring raider, scavenger and pirate societies as barbarian.
Rebuilding an empire with volunteers. I see what you were up to, Mongolia.
The year is 2022 and an empire fueled by volunteers and religious freedom is starting to look mighty ideal.
I mean, it's cool he's invited these people, but since he's the ex-president, does he have any say in the immigration policy? Does Mongolian immigration recognize people wanting to escape the draft as refugees? Article was pretty light on substance as how this could work.
The actual government has been pretty tight-lipped as to preserve neutrality, as Mongolia just has two neighbors. The ex-president is saying this as an independent voice, not as the government representative.
So basically the government is sending an ex-president out there to say it's not an official government position, but they're not going to deny it.
Also possible, but it's also just a democracy where non-government affiliated people can say what they want.
Didn't Genghis Khan get a jump start on the empire by taking in the clanless and absorbing smaller tribes in southern Siberia? Because I see you, Mongolia.
That damn wall is still up. Time for it to come down.
Damn Mongolian after my city walk.
Damn Mongolians after my shitty walk. FTFY.
Mongolia is stepping up and doing the correct thing here. Enlightened self-interest can save the world. If you were able to go anywhere else, would you stay in Russia to be used as cannon fodder? Good on Mongolia for saving everyone they can.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mongolia.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.